Okay, here we go. Why do I always wait until it's like it's 5 a.m.? Every freaking time. Okay, hello everyone. Let's get into it. If it'll load. Okay, there we go. Good God. I don't know if this one was meant as a question. Someone left a comment saying you should get a Patreon. I get the Amazon e-gift card idea, but the more ways we have to donate, the more likely we are to do so. The reason I use Amazon gift cards is because Patreon takes 5% of whatever's donated. So the Amazon gift card is a way for people to donate just once if they want to, and no one takes a cut, basically. It doesn't seem like much, 5%, but it eventually adds up from everyone who has donated. I might make one eventually, though. And holy shit, by the way, thank you, everyone who has donated, because I should be able to get my new setup now. So, fucking thank you guys so much. I am so excited, and it's going to be a big upgrade, audio-wise. I am so fucking excited, you have no idea. Okay, anyways. Sorry. Are you into Broadway? If so, what's your favorite musical? I have never been into Broadway or musicals, but two of my friends have gotten me interested in them, like, very recently. I watched Hamilton, and that was fucking awesome. So, definitely gonna see more. Next comment. I kind of felt hesitant to ask, but would you ever date outside your race or religion? P.S. What is your religion if you have one, and ethnicity? Absolutely. Why wouldn't I date outside my race or religion? I'm an atheist, or agnostic, it doesn't really matter. But I have no problem with anyone who's religious, as long as they're not, harassing me. I tend to not get along with more extreme people. But yeah, like, I get along with, I have family members who are pretty religious, and it's totally fine, I don't care. And outside my race, of course, I don't give a fuck. Sorry, this is me when I'm tired. It's not pretty. Ethnicity. I am white. I'm basically a mongrel of a bunch of different European descents. It's like 12 different... It's a clusterfuck. Do you take requests? I take ideas. If anyone ever wants to comment with an idea they have, I might make one out of it. I'm actually thinking about doing commissioned audios, though, like custom-made audios, so that might be a thing. I get this question so often. You said you started off with making erotic audios. Do you think you'll ever go back to doing that? It is entirely possible. I started off making them, and when I made this channel, I removed them just because I wasn't sure what direction I wanted to take it in, and yeah, basically, I'm leaning more towards yes. Stormcloaks or Imperials? Stormcloaks. Fuck the Imperials. They tried to cut off my head. Do you have a quote you live by and or any role models? There is a quote I live by. It is, do what is right because it is right, and leave it alone. It's my favorite quote of all time. And it was by, Chiun Sugihara? I think that's how you say his name. He was a Japanese diplomat who served as a consul for the Empire of Japan in Lithuania, and he helped, I think it was like 40,000 Jews get passports so that they could escape the Nazis, and he was an absolutely incredible man. And I think that quote is sorry, birds. That quote is something I try to live by. Do what's right because it's right, and then leave it alone. Don't broadcast it, don't, look for recognition, just do what's right because it's the right thing to do. Oh, and can you dance? I can, but that doesn't mean I should. I can technically weld a little bit, but you would not want me welding anything of importance because it would be a disaster. Will you do a collab with Princess Ami? Probably at some point, I'm sure. Do you know how cute you are? Oh my god, Lexi. Just get out of here. Get out of here, Lexi. Cats or dogs? Dogs, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I like cats, but dogs rule. Since you're a Harry Potter fan, what did you think of Fantastic Beasts? I still haven't seen it. I've been meaning to for so long. And I really, really want to see it, but I haven't been able to yet. Why are you so tall? Yeah, Ami wrote that. I'm tall because I was born this way. I keep telling you. I can't help it. Oh boy. If you have a girlfriend, do your audio ideas come from your relationship? No, Bird, really? Right now? You're in front of everyone. You're gonna do this? In front of everyone. I'm trying to record a Q&A and you're just singing into the mirror. You vain motherfucker. I should deep fry you. Okay, we'll keep going. The answer is I am not in a relationship, and the ideas usually either come from fans or just something that pops into my head. Bird, I swear to God. I swear to God I'm going to throw you out a window. Don't bob your head like that. Don't bob your head like that. This is not funny. Motherfucker. Damn it. Before execution, prisoners can select what their last meal will be. What would you choose for your last meal and why? Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like I would want it to be something that's that I've never had before and is totally strange. Maybe I really don't know. See, I would probably spend all of my time stressing about that instead of being executed and then end up just eating like ice cream or something. I know that's a really lame answer, but it's 5 a.m. What do you expect? Do you like anime? I used to be super into anime. Not as much now, but I have been watching One Punch Man. Why do I always say it like that? And it's really good. You guys should check it out if you haven't seen it. What is the first thing you do in the morning and the very last thing you do before you go to sleep? First thing I do in the morning is cuss out the sun in my head for being so fucking bright and waking me up. Then I stumble out of bed and try to find the doorknob and go straight to the coffee pot. And the last thing I do before I go to bed is probably browsing the internet. Like, I usually don't consciously try to sleep. I usually just end up passing out and not remembering when I did. Probably not very healthy. What was it that made you want to make these kinds of videos? Uh, I found other people doing them. And like I said originally, I got into making erotic audios before I made these. And I had heard other people making those, and I kind of wanted to just give back. And, I discovered all the other people doing the vanilla stuff. And I thought it was awesome. So I wanted to contribute because I got a lot out of the audios I listened to. Which lame pickup line is your favorite? Oh, God. There are so many. I think I'm going to have to go with, if you were a fruit, you would be a fine apple. That one's so fucking awful. I love it. Do you or have you ever played any instruments? I mean, I've tried to play instruments. I have not succeeded, but I've tried. I have a harmonica right now, and yeah, that's not going well. I'm not musically inclined. What's your ideal date night? Walk in the park, getting ice cream, coming home, watching Netflix, and then banging and going to sleep. I know that's not anything too romantic, but yeah, that's me. What's your favorite time of day? My favorite time of day, probably just when it's starting to get dark. Like just at dusk, when it's that weird twilight between day and night. I love it. Who's the most attractive to you? Short girl or tall girl? I like both. Neither one really matters to me. Height has never really been a factor when it comes to attraction. Like, I would totally date a girl who's taller than me, but she would have to be like 6'5", and that is not exactly common. Who is your favorite Harry Potter character, and what do you think about the Draco Malfoy and Hermione Granger ship? Oh, I really don't know my favorite character. Oh, God. It would be either Dobby, Hagrid, or Professor McGonagall. One of those. And Draco Malfoy and Hermione Granger, I don't see it at all. They are polar opposites. It would be, and see, I think that would make like a good sitcom or something like that. Like, I can just picture the laugh tracks and everything. Do you ever have trouble thinking of ideas to do your audios on? I do. I mean, I get lots of ideas, but some of them would be way more intensive than the other ones. Like, some of them will take like a lot of sound effects and a lot of editing, and sometimes I just want to record a quick audio. So usually I just improv. Like, the most recent one I did, the Heat's Out one, I literally laid down in my bed and turned on the mic and started talking. And it just sort of happened. If you could say one thing to your younger self, what would it be? Stop being such a little shit. You bratty little fucker. That's what I would say. What kind of music do you listen to? Oh, man. So much. Like, I'm going to have to make a playlist and make it public. That way, you guys can check out what I listen to. The last song I listened to, I think, was the Deadpool rap. which is fucking amazing. Okay, next one. Bird, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. Like, all joking aside, I'm gonna kill you, bird. Stop it. Oh my God, why do I have birds? They're the worst. If you could travel to any country, where would you go? Japan. Definitely Japan. Man, the culture there is so interesting. Like, it's so incredibly different than America. I would love to check it out. This is a good question. If you had a friend that you, sorry, I'm tired. If you had a friend that you spoke to the same way that you speak to yourself, how long do you think that person would allow you to be your friend? Maybe an hour. They might put up with me for an hour, and then they would tell me to go fuck myself. And sorry, that's a computer fan. You would not believe the amount of grief that computer fan has caused me. Seriously, so many recordings have had to be redone because of this fucking computer fan. How do you prepare for / get into characters for your audios? Honestly, unless it's fuck you, bird. Fuck you and your stupid bird face. I usually just kind of, like I said, unless I'm doing something that requires a lot of character, basically, I don't really do anything. I just kind of hit record. I don't really practice or get into character. A true professional. Have you seen the documentary about the Grizzly Man? I have. What's his name? I can't think of it right now, but yeah, I've seen it, and I've actually read a lot about him. And you know, it's one of those things where you don't want to disrespect the dead, but also if you go and live next to bears and try to get close to them and fuck with them, you're most likely going to get eaten. It's like people who, keep tigers and lions for pets. It's, don't do that. If something is capable of ripping you in two, it's probably better to not fuck with it. What do you personally think about artificial intelligence? Ooh. I don't know if any of you have seen that movie, Her. It has Joaquin Phoenix. I probably just said his name wrong. Artificial intelligence, I can't wait to see where it goes. I mean, it's still in its infancy. And it's really fucking cool. Do you have any tattoos or piercings? What are your opinions on them? I really like piercings and tattoos. I don't have any myself, but that quote that I mentioned earlier, do what's right because it's right and then leave it alone. I've thought about getting that tattooed on my wrist just below my hand because sometimes I need a reminder. Still into woodworking. What's your favorite kind of wood? I am still into woodworking, but where I am right now, I can't set up my equipment. My favorite kind of wood is either cocobolo, purple heart, or black palm. Black palm is a bitch to work with. But if you can get it right, it looks fucking amazing. Go Google black palm bowl or lidded vessel or something like that. It's a really cool pattern. You do the best ASMR kissing sounds. It's not the typical smacking wet mouth sounds, but actual kisses. The way to do that is to wet your lips just a little bit, like very little bit, just the insides, and then really push your lips like against your hand, and yeah, it takes a while to perfect. I think I've gotten it down. God, the kissing sounds were so bad before, and sometimes I have to edit them out because it'll just sound like instead of an actual kiss, and I can't stand that. Captain America or Wolverine? Captain America all the way. Steve Rogers is the man. Die in a fire or drown in really cold water? Die in a fire. Fuck drowning. There's no way. I would much rather die in fire. Like, drowning is my own personal nightmare. You are so awesome. How do you take care of your voice? By smoking and drinking tea and coffee. Usually coffee. Marvel or DC? Ooh. Marvel. DC has good villains, but Marvel has the best heroes. What color are your eyes? They are blue. Bird. We're almost done. Shut your trap. What's your favorite place you've ever traveled to? Are you a coffee or a tea drinker? I haven't really traveled much, which is a fucking shame. I have been to Niagara Falls, which was really, really incredible. And for some reason, I kept thinking and wondering what it would be like to go over the falls. Like, what would that feel like? I have problems. And last question. I think you said you like watching Bob's Burgers. Who is your favorite character? I think Teddy. Teddy or Louise? It's probably Teddy. Teddy is the most lovable, pathetic, like, just sad man. I love that show so much. Bird, really? This is how we're gonna end it. This is how we're gonna end the Q&A. Me talking about Bob's Burgers and you interrupting me. Son of a bitch. Okay, well, anyways, that is the end of that. Thank you all so much for listening, and thank you for all the awesome comments and messages, and another big thank you to the people who have donated, because I'm going to be able to upgrade my mic, my equipment, all of it, and it's because of you guys. So thank you again so much. Bird. I swear. Alright. I'm going to end it now before I murder something. See you guys in the next one.